Mate, this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Thirst, 1949, another black and white Ingmar Bergman movie. I hated this flick. I'm giving it 1 out of 5 stars. And it's basically a boring soap opera about a ballerina who gets this botched abortion from her cheating boyfriend, lover, and it's unclear why she got the abortion, if she was being coerced into it. There's kind of a hint that the guy wanted an abortion, but he's already got 3 kids and a wife. So his excuse for messing around with her was that other guys have like 5 girlfriends and he's only got 2. Um, which was kind of a lame excuse, but I was pretty bad when I was married. I used to hang out with a lot of different women, but I never actually slept in their quarters, which is what this guy did. Um, I never slept with any of them. So technically, I didn't cheat on my ex-wife, I guess. I was just kind of flirting with other women, but not really much going on there. I held Singzi's hand during my last marriage, but that was about as far as I got, hugging and dry humping a bunch of women. Not much in the way of putting out by these women. So in a way, it was kind of lucky for me because I kind of kept the integrity of my marriage, and my ex-wife didn't. I was the one who wanted a 3rd kid, and she ended up serving me with divorce papers instead. So it's kind of the opposite of this story, which is a good thing, I guess. I wasn't the perfect husband, but then again, I strive to be a good husband, and I think she just got sick and tired of me wanting to have more kids. Anyways, getting back to the movie, this one's got another botched abortion. She can't do her ballerina thing because the abortion was kind of back alley, low down abortion, similar to Port of Call. It's even the same actress from Port of Call who got the botched abortion. She's also in this movie, but she plays a lesbian, not the lady who thinks she's hot stuff, grabbing the married dude and then getting the botched abortion. It's not the same actress as Port of Call, the one who died in Port of Call. I'll get to that other actress later, but this lady thinks she's super hot. She thinks she's God's gift to humanity. She has the best breasts on the planet. And so there's an editing problem with this movie. I mean, it goes from her being with this married dude to her getting pregos to her getting the botched abortion so she can't do her ballerina thing. And then all of a sudden she's with this other guy. We don't know who he is. Turns out she married this guy. They're always bickering and fighting about stupid stuff. And it's annoying. Another editing problem. There's this blondie that gets cut in. We don't know what her deal is. she just comes out of nowhere like this husband dude, and she's going to see some head shrinker. He's got some kind of control over her, like he's drugging her or something. And she's miserable. She can't stand the guy. So she just runs off. She breaks his spell somehow. And she goes to the lesbian ballerina classmate, who was also the classmate of the other gal who got the botched abortion. And so she tries to pick up on the blondie. The blondie doesn't want her. And so the blondie jumps in the lake, like port of call blondie. And that's about it. I mean, there's a train ride with the married couple. They're fighting all the time. Not much else going on in this. Like I said, it's really boring, drawn out Swedish soap opera. With Ingmar Bergman, it's hit or miss. You could have one really good movie, one mediocre movie, and one lame movie within the span of a few years. For instance, I didn't think Fanny and Alexander was all that great. I thought it was overrated. But he did another movie with David Carradine that was really great. Some of his other movies from the 60s and 70s are horrible. And so it runs the gamut. I mean, he's not... He and Steven Spielberg get credit for doing all these super great movies, and unfortunately I have to sit through the bad ones to prove that Steven Spielberg and Ingmar Bergman are not as great directors as they're made out to be. This one has no plot going for it, and there's no nudity in it, unlike Port of Call and Summer with Monica, which were better movies, by the way, not coincidentally. So big disappointment on this flick. And sorry, Adrian, I got this one earlier than expected, because I had watched more of this movie than I thought prior to getting here to work. What happened was I didn't have my portable DVD player plugged in while I was napping yesterday, and I had it turned on, so the battery was completely dead when I woke up getting ready for work. So I brought my charger with me. There's a plug here. Fortunately, there's like a surge protector thing here, and just charge it at work. I should do that with my phone also. My phone battery's getting kind of low, and tried going on Tinder. I found a 25-year-old. I think she's really tall, like my ex-girlfriend. Like, I'm thinking maybe she's 6 foot tall, but she's 170 pounds and she's not that chubby. And so I sent her a message, asked her if she wanted to go out for a coffee. I'd treat her for coffee. Got no response within the last 24 hours or so. So that was kind of a bummer. I could tell by her lack of makeup and her clothing that she's my kind of gal, but apparently the feeling's not mutual. Like, Tinder, hardly ever get a response. And when I add people on Snapchat, when they leave their Snapchat on Tinder, um, they don't want to go out for a coffee either. So kind of sucks online dating. But I try to follow Adrian's advice halfway at least. I'm not going all the way to Thailand to find like an 18-year-old bride or something. But I did go on Thai flirting website and tried to get a couple gals, but one of them didn't have an email address. The other one was in the Philippines, and I was just waiting for her to get like a fiance visa. I don't think she understood what was going on either. Um, so I got lots of rest this week. I worked like 43 hours with my grocery delivery job, and then I got another 16 hours on the weekend doing the graveyard shift, um, which isn't that bad actually. I mean, I didn't see my son at all this week, but I will see him today. And so that'll be good. I'll see him for the first time in a week. Um, I don't think I can nod off too much because I did get 7 hours sleep earlier yesterday, and then I went on the Red Line energy drink. Um, so kind of similar story to last week when I got all that sleep. It was weird. Actually, it's been over a week since I seen my son. um, so it's been weird. Just getting all that sleep and then drinking the energy drink. It's got tons of caffeine and BCAA. I got some powder stuff from GNC that's got caffeine and BCAA. I also got different kind of energy drink that has the same thing. So I'm going to try that tomorrow night, see how that goes. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep at all today, honestly. Um, got the rowdy drunk people here in Fisherman's Wharf at like 3 a.m. in the morning. You can probably hear them yelling at each other. And got about 85 cars here, which is pretty full garage. But not much else going on. Oh, I exercised 41 more options with my grocery delivery company. So looking to get that exercise approved, and then I'll have 541 options, which is not much, but could turn into $1 million if the company goes public. And the IPO price is like $100 right now. The strike price is only 6 cents. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping and praying for. But with my luck, anything could happen. The company's doing well, though. The investors expect like a 94% perfect order rate, which is kind of unrealistic because the pick team is making like $15 an hour. And I don't think they're paying attention to a lot of stuff. A lot of times they put the wrong sticker on the different orders, so there's container mix-ups between different stops, that kind of stuff. But yeah, if they can solve that problem somehow, then I could be coming out smelling like a rose, hopefully sooner rather than later. because I can prove to my friend that I've actually got more wealth accumulated, more assets than she does. My friend there in Renton, Washington, which is farther up north, Pacific Northwest area. Um, Not that it'll make any difference though. She's been giving me the cold shoulder for the last 11 years. Um, but maybe when she's older and she doesn't have any friends, she'll come back, say, let's get married. We've been dating for 11 years. That's what I'm hoping on. I'm not exactly holding my breath though. With my luck, women tend to avoid me like the plague for some reason. Probably because I have an 8-year-old son, but I don't think this one minds that much. She wanted to be my son's godmother, which was a good sign. And I guess I'm done blabbing. This has been going on for like 16 minutes. I think the energy drink got me blabbing like this movie. There's a lot of dialogue, but not much action, not much plot, and no nudity whatsoever. Like I said, there's lesbian foo, but the lesbian in this movie keeps going after straight women. And must be rough being a lesbian in 1948 if you've got a crush on all these straight women and they just reject you. She tried to get the blondie drunk on some port wine, but it didn't help. I think she was trying to give her like a funny cigarette too, but that probably would have worked as an aphrodisiac much better. And the blondie felt like she was being drugged, like she was at the doctor's office again. So I guess that's why she jumped in the lake. I don't know what Ingmar Bergman has with women getting botched abortions, women jumping in the lake, that sort of thing. I didn't really understand the blurb on this, the synopsis on this Netflix thing, because it says here, I'll read it to you. It says, yeah, it makes no sense. So it says the married couple take a train across war-torn Germany, a landscape reminiscent of their disintegrating relationship. First of all, it's not disintegrating. They have their ups and downs, but they manage to stay together, I guess, because they've got some kind of sexual attraction to each other. I have no idea. Kind of like my second marriage. The only reason my second marriage lasted 2 years was because I didn't have to wear a condom for that long. And then war-torn Germany. Really? I didn't see any war-torn Germany in this movie. It must have been all off-screen. They're speaking Swedish, so I don't know. I didn't hear any German in this movie. I used to speak German when I was a kid, but I forgot all of it. And then, what else? Yeah, the synopsis is kind of off-screen stuff or irrelevant stuff, and then it's out of sequence too. Because the ending of the synopsis talks about the liaison with the married dude Rut. What a name for married cheating guy. And then And then it mentions the abortion at the end of the synopsis. So everything's out of sequence and not really relevant to the movie in the synopsis, which isn't unusual for Netflix, by the way. So, anyways, I guess I've been rambling on for like 20 minutes. And wow, Niha Herlina has 4 new photos. Some Indonesian gal on Facebook. Anyways, I'm not real tired right now. It's 3 a.m. So I guess I'll try going online, see if anybody's up for a coffee date, which is like an impossible task for the last, I don't know, 5 years. But I guess I gotta learn to be patient. And like I said, there's bound to be like needle in the haystack somewhere out there waiting for me. Like my mom used to say before she went crazy, there's plenty of fish out there in the pond. Pretty good advice. Another thing she used to tell me, hindsight is always 20/20. She used to have these cliches that she used to tell me these stories over and over again. Like she either couldn't remember that she kept saying them over again, she didn't care that I had heard the same story twice or both. It really used to annoy me, and I don't know why I disliked my mother so much when I was growing up. I always enjoyed being around my stepdad more, even though he used to hit me. And my grandfather too. My grandmother too. Even though my grandmother had a bad attitude, and my grandfather used to hit me. I don't know why I just like being around my mother. I guess because she was too. Like we had nothing in common other than being Catholic and going to church, things like that. Yeah. Anyways, now that she's this Indonesian gal keeps adding photos, and I could really care less on Facebook because she's got nothing better to do. Indonesia's got that big volcano that's supposed to erupt, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Probably Adrian's been there. I'm guessing it's like a Muslim country, but it's relatively peaceful. I mean, they don't have militant Muslims like they do in the Middle East. At least not as far as I'm aware. I could be wrong. I don't have jihadist problem as much as the Middle East, I guess I should say. I don't really know much about Islam, the Sunni versus the Shiite Muslims. I guess it has something to do with Muhammad's brother. I never really studied the Quran that much. And, but I know the Indonesian women, they got the headscarves and that's kind of thing. And they don't really shave their armpits. At least some of them don't.